having just a natural conversation. They have just my voice. They sound like me. Like you sound far from your music. But clearly, I used to flu like
like what they said.
Like what they said. The owner's got a flu, a permanent flu. Do they mistake? Are people always shocked to find out? To find out.
You know, when people come and ask me for pictures, and I like it.
When they're
sometimes people scream at me. Sometimes I scream back. Because sometimes the way they approach you is really interesting. So when the girls come up and say, "Are you holy 10?" I'm like, "Yes." You should see the way they act.
See, I've just seen two. We've just seen two. Ooh, literally.
So for me, it's not like I'm the god of this world or I'm going to try and be Solomon.
No, it's your moment.
700 wives. I really just take that as genuine love and appreciate. You see what she just did? You see that? Holy 10 in the bed.
You've made it, yeah?
This is the
do you consider yourself as a sex symbol?
Nah.
Why not?
I guess some people might do that. But I just think I'm a personality. I'm a book. I'm a Bible. However you interpret it is you.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to take it as whatever you want to take it as, you take it as that.
Okay. But I think if I ask 5, 6, 7, 8 girls, they'll be like, this one is a sex symbol.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Have you asked 6, 7, 8 girls?
I haven't asked anyone. Now,
how would you know that?
That's why I said I'm sure if I ask somebody.
How would you be sure?
Can we call someone to ask?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll bring in one girl soon.
I bet.
Look at that one who's already smiling outside the window.
For sure.
Go on. Where did you go? Okay. Anyway, Holy 10 is here. The personality. You said your tag is what? The speaker, the leader of the youth.
The leader of the youth.
Okay.
The speaker of the truth.
Which truth do you speak?
The truth that I speak is the truth that has been there from the beginning.
Okay.
There are things that we have grown up in the midst of, and they've been customs.
Okay.
We know about things like things as basic as Usagaram Road. You know what they say with Usagaram Road?
Anzaneta motor.
Yes.
Is that true though?
No, it's not true.
No, okay.
It's just because of our
okay.
So we have customs. We are Shona people. We are Ndebele people. So I'm a man that speaks the truth that has been given unto me by those that have become.
Is this the truth from a youth's perspective, or from your perspective, or from your, lack of a better word, your forefathers' perspective? It's from whose perspective?
This is the perspective of a Zimbabwean.
Okay.
A black man, a male person, the only son.
Okay.
Yes. I'm very conscious of everything that's around me, the situation and the circumstance that I'm under. So maybe I speak from the perspective of a black man.
Okay.
Maybe I speak from the perspective of a Zimbabwean man, or from an only son perspective, but this is the truth.
Oh, you're an only son?
Yes, I am.
How was that growing up? Okay, wait. Only son or only child?
I'm the only son.
Only son.
Yes.
How many girls are in the house?
2.
How
I'm
was
the
that?
middle child. It was entertaining.
Do you, in your music now, do you draw from those experiences?
I really do.
From the 2 sisters' perspective?
I really do.
What's one thing that you can say growing up from that perspective that you put in a record that you say, listen, this was my truth from my growing up, or something that your sister did or said that the people then will also resonated with the people?
You know what makes me realize the value of the girl child? Probably one would think maybe it's because I saw value being taken away.
Okay.
No. It's because I saw value being added upon.
All right.
My sister, I would like to give acknowledgement to her. Her name is Mona Lisa. She's a year older than me. She protected her value to the level where I saw that it was actually possible.
Okay.
It wasn't about me going out there and seeing the girl child getting lost. It was about me seeing a very stable girl child, my own sister, being able to maintain her standards and her ethics and her values. Okay. That made me realize that I can actually go out there and tell a girl child that it's possible. So that's the impact that it's had upon me, having women around me. It's been my mom, it's been my little sister, it's been my older sister. That's why I advocate for the girl child.
And the girls that you generally know?
Of course.
Uh, is this the new song, the last single,
Yes.
My Chills?
Yes.
Is it coming from that perspective, whereby you are sitting back, and see what guys do
Yes.
to girls?
Yes.
Is it coming from that premise whereby you've seen the girl, you grew up with girls,
Yeah.
and then you saw what your sister was doing, making sure that she's intact,
Yes.
and then you growing up now, you see how how the popular culture has shifted to now really not doing anything for the girl, like they're, can I say, just taking from a girl? Is that where my chills kind of came from? Where it was easy for you to write that one because it's coming from a space whereby if you look at your home, you'd be like, this is not how my sisters were raised. But today's girls that are obsessed with popular culture and life are being treated.
Well, it's not really about taking my sisters and making them the comparison between happening in the world. It's really been, my choose has really been about, like I said, you heard the song, and I ended up saying I'm confessing undanganchizviita. So maybe that's a totally different conversation from this one, but maybe I may explain situations where I may say good I was involved, but maybe ndinakaenda navo, or maybe ndinakavateksera or something like that. There's no one that's really that special for me to actually say good. I in family yangu tine my ethics against these people. It's really just mere observation. The world is changing, and I'm just not even from the perspective yekuti kumba kwedu kwakadai so, or in the streets is like this. I'm just able to tell the truth as it is.
As is, which
As
is
it is.
which is a beautiful thing, because art reflects life and life imitates art, and clearly you are. Which song would you say was the most easiest song for you to write to date? The easy that you like, just went in the studio and this guy played the beat and I was like, worried, let's go.
It was probably Naremero.
Really?
Yes, because easy in this sense. I can just talk about this mic. I mean, it's right there. There's these things that I don't know what they are, but I can just start describing them. There's a cable, there's a stand, and everything like that. Because it's right there, I can see it.
Yeah.
So for me to sing a song about love of a girl that maybe I haven't met, it's actually harder than to sing about sugar. Just go and open the cupboard in the kitchen. There's no sugar
I'm
in
not
there.
cheating.
So that was the easiest, in that perspective, song for me to write, because it was real.
Why do you think most artists don't write the social ills?
Most artists don't write their social ills.
Yeah. Do they all write social ills?
Everyone writes social ills. I feel like if it's about the lifestyle that you're living in. If you're living a life of always drinking, popping champagne and everything, you reflect it some way. They say that 80% of all communication is in body language.
Yep.
Yes. So, whatever you do, you're going to portray what it is that you really live. If you're really living a reckless life, you're going to be reckless. If you want to try singing, you're going to be reckless with your lyrics, bro. Everyone is just out here portraying what it is they really do. It's just us that don't want to take them for what they present.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the people have received you well, more than well, actually. They've received you with open arms. When you started, did you think that it was going to be of this magnitude?
I didn't.
Why?
Oh, because I felt like an ordinary man. I was just so accustomed to talking to my friends, or if I get a chance to fight through the school debate competitions, and then I would be able to speak to a crowd of more than 20.
Were you in a debate club?
I was.
Really?
I was.
This was in high school.
This was
Where did you go? Where did you do high school?
That was Goldridge College in 2014.
Okay, that's just down.
I really did debate. I debated about corporal punishment. It was about whether teachers should beat their kids.
Should they?
No,
Why not?
it's pain. It's painful. For that reason, you would have way. Should I slap you right now in this interview?
But you're not my teacher, though.
I know.
Yes, but
Right.
I'm not. I should be.
Oh,
It's
so.
I'm coming from a point whereby it's discipline. You know what I mean? Because, okay, I also,
Alright, for discipline, you think it's cool.
because some of these kids won't listen to nobody. That's the only discipline they understand.
Alright, so if I
Corporal.
shoot someone right now
No,
for
the
discipline,
shooting
it's
and
cool.
beating up a kid are two different things, boss.
It's still painful, bro.
No, but shooting you're dead. Okay, not all the time, but nah, you get what I'm saying though.
I think
But yeah,
I do.
I know there's a debate whether you should. So you were saying no corporal
I was
punishment
saying,
as the leader of the youth. Why is your era special in hip hop music?
I think it's about the excitement about taking the relay. I used to do relay in athletics. That's probably the only thing I was good at.
Athletics.
Taking over
Okay.
and knowing that you've run your race and I gotta run mine now. There's been a lot of people that have been here. There's been a lot of people that have been representing the culture even way before I was doing that.
Yeah.
And for me, it's that excitement that you did your part and I was watching you running towards and you were making it as quick as you can. So the industry is evolving very well. The industry is going somewhere and I'm very excited to be instrumental in that journey.
Okay.
That's just it. That's all it is for me.
Now is basically your time. The guys that came before you ran their race, and then the baton has been passed on to you.
It has.
Do you? Because there's this old debate everywhere, worldwide, in all markets, when it comes to music and hip hop and everything else, where the belief is the old generation don't really embrace the younger guys. And then I'm saying they just don't want to listen. Do you think they have embraced your generation?
I think so. I think so.
Do you interact with any of the old guys?
I do. I do.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't know who exactly you call the old guy.
No, okay. When we say the generation before you, I'm talking about your MC Cheetahs, your Zimbiana Jones, your Charismas, your Jeezys, Cynic, that class of guys who probably were at a level 10 years ago. Marcus, MMT, and the like. Forgot the other guy's name. I had him in my head, but I just forgot. Young Mali. I forgot his actual rap name. But yeah, have they, from your experience now in the game, if you are 6, 7, 8, 9 years knee deep, have they been like, yo, this kid is coming, let him run it? Or some of them are looking at you sideways like, please.
Not even. Not even. I really don't realize why people would think. Because you know what? I've been a grade 7 before. I've been a Form 1 as well. There's this common mentality that people have that when someone else comes or Mnyukamaga or whatever,
Okay,
he's trying to make a challenge. And it's sometimes not even like that.
Ndanguyo.
I met Junior Brown when I was in South Africa and everything like that. He gave me his blessing, bro. Literally his blessing. Stana. I took Stana by Instagram. I call him my older brother. He's my brother. I love that guy because I was listening to his music all the way from the jump. Right?
From the
I listened to Salma Mukudzei, Confused, and everyone like that. So there hasn't been anyone shading me because you can't shade me. You can't shade the message of truth. You can only shade your hate for the truth.
Okay. True. Coming up as a young artist in high school, primary, who would you say were your biggest influences? That inspired you to say, you know what, I can do this thing. This is what I want to do.
In primary school, it was Drake.
Really?
Yeah, it was Drake, Lil Wayne, and Junior Brown. I'm not just saying that to balance the whole international.
No,
and
it's
local.
okay.
I'm actually very serious. The first song that I actually did with the voice, I had this voice since grade 6.
Okay.
my sister is the one that told me because we always used to listen to Pure My Drinks Askana, me and my sister.
Yeah.
And then I did a song that was close to that one.
Okay.
And she told me from day one, good day, it didn't know voice that way. So yeah, it was Lil Wayne, Drake, and Junior Brown.
Okay.
Literally.
Wheezy. Okay, the only probably person I would be like, was Drake. Really? I haven't met anyone who said Drake inspired me, to be honest.
Drake inspires me like that.
Really?
Yeah.
This is nice. And is he? Does the album reflect that?
No, I would reflect that because he's inspired me maybe as a personality and not music wise. I have never taken musical notes from anyone. I take my character notes.
Okay.
Yes, maybe I. The guy had the wallpaper of a house
Okay.
for years that he
The
wanted
one
to
you-
buy.
yes.
And he
Ended up
bought it when
buying
he was 25 years old.
Yes.
It's stories like that when they're shared that inspire me. Yes, that's the reason why I mention names like that.
The past 2 years, let me just break down to the past 2 years. You've literally given people hit after hit after hit, and now we're on the brink of now getting a full-length album, whereby I can just sit back and press play and be like, nice, now I have a full project. The journey between just putting out singles and now getting to a headspace whereby you are now organized, saying, listen, I have this concept that I'm going to work through to produce a full-length album for the people who've been rocking with me since day one to now. Because along the way, you have collected so many other fans.
Yes.
And then, so now that journey, how's that journey has been? Whereby now from writing this first single to now, you're now sitting on 12 songs that no one has heard. Now this is how they're going to be picking your brain. Yo, listen, this is how people will judge me. Is this that classic that when everyone just presses play, everyone's going to oh my God. How's been that journey? How long has been that journey?
The journey has been quite interesting actually. It's had its ups and downs, it's had its discoveries. Learned a lot from it. But I'm my biggest fan. I'm gonna say that everywhere I go.
Okay.
I have already given myself the Grammy.
Okay.
I've already given myself the billion streams on Spotify.
Okay.
You can ask my guys. You can ask my best friends. You can ask my. There's no music that I listen to except my music. Because I genuinely love it. I genuinely like what I tell myself.
Okay.
So when I come to you with an album, I'm not thinking about how you're going to blink or whether you're going to tell me whether you like it or you don't. No. I am satisfied that I have told the truth and I've put it in a record and I'm ready to serve it. And like any dish, bro, I don't even like sushi.
Which I don't like.
But it's a very famous dish, right?
I was out last night and they bought sushi. I was like, nah, son,
Right.
I ain't about that
This
life.
is why you and I had to do the interview. You know.
I get you, bro.
So yeah, if they like it, they like it. But me, this is the truth that I've had to speak.
What do you have coupled with the release of this album? I know times are tricky right now because people are not yet performing. They're not yet performing to really roll it out to the people. But within the confines of the times that we're in, what do you have coupled with the release of the album? Because it's one thing just putting out an album, and then it's another thing now making sure that the guy in Chitungwiza, the guy in Melbourne, the guy in Mutare, Blueo, they get the album and consume it the way it's supposed to consume.
Yes.
What do you have in store now? Do you have merch? Are you going out there?
As the leader of the youth, as I self-proclaim to be, I would never then put my interests over the interests of other people. I do realize and acknowledge that this is a very tough time. There's a pandemic and everything like that. As they didn't know, I've done songs like Bozwango to really encourage people to stay indoors. I'm one of those people that really don't go out, things like that. So, yes, as artists, as brands and everything, we have gain that we want to get economically or however. But in the face of a pandemic like this, there's no way I would ever gather a crowd and just gather them so that I could distribute my merch. But what we do and what I am probably encouraging all the other young artists to do is to monetize. You take advantage of the internet. We monetize our views, we distribute our music so that digitization and everything like that. So that's exactly what we do now.
Okay, so everything is going to be online. Everything that pertains to the project.
This project.
Yes, that's one because that's the only one that we.
Well, yes, we have a very beautiful launch that's gonna take place
online.
Yeah, no, not online.
Oh, okay. Of course.
We're gonna stream it online, but we have a very beautiful launch that's gonna happen. I'm very excited about this actually. It's that time that we get to gather the people that have been there all the way from the day one. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna stick to the COVID-19 rules, 50 people and everything like that. Very nice venue and very supportive people that have come through for this.
Okay.
It's gonna be beautiful. That I can assure you.
This is when? This is on the day before?
On the beautiful day.
On the actual day.
On the cold day.
The actual day is this Friday, yeah?
It's Friday.
16th.
This 16th.
Are you nervous at all?
No. Surprisingly. Not nervous. I don't even know why. I'm supposed to be, but...
Yeah, because you know how it is when something, before it drops,
yes,
some artists, especially if it's the first project,
yes,
the first one, some people will be like, I'm not sure what's going to go down here. They're
locally.
Yeah.
I've learned that everything progresses. Sometimes you see it from outside and you realize that some people blow up at 16 and they make $1 million. Mm-hmm. But I've had to realize that some things come in steps. Yes, so seeing all the people that have been here before, the other artists, I've realized that radio, TV, internet, and things like that. So whatever we're trying to achieve, I have learned from this industry that we're walking towards something.
It's a marathon.
Yes.
The marathon continues. You don't get to the destination from one go. Your favorite artist? 5.
My what?
Your favorite artists?
In
just
Zimbabwe.
because not box.
Anywhere. Oh, like in the world.
It's like anywhere.
Okay. My favorite artist
outside of Drake, who inspired you.
What about outside of Holy?
Yeah, please don't mention yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Because you're going to mention yourself 5 times.
I would, and then double it so that it can be 10 times.
Oh yes.
Holy 10.
Wait, before we even go there, let me get your name. Why Holy 10?
Holy 10.
Yes.
For the 59th time, there are 2 things going on here.
Okay.
The word holy and the number 10.
Okay.
The word holy is probably the best word that would describe purification, sanctification, purity, cleanliness, godliness. And then in ratings, they talk about 10 over 10.
Ah, okay.
So it's me just combining these things that define a state that they consider to be perfect.
Okay.
And putting it in my head and realizing what every morning, don't holy in, I must try and be as close to holy as possible.
Okay. It's a complete circle. Holy and then 10. Everything.
Combine it.
Everything.
And then train it.
No problem. Right. So your favorite artist?
My favorite artist.
Yes, in the world outside of Holy 10.
Okay. Outside of Holy 10 and Drake.
Yes, and Holy 10, Drake. Oh, okay, it's nice. You listened to the album?
I did.
Oh, it's nice.
Philosophy, bro.
I like it. It's nice. Just 5.
Just 5.
Or if you want, just 10.
Well, K-Chaps.
Oh, this guy is nice. Have you worked with them?
I've walked with them.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you were in South Africa together the other time, yeah?
No.
Or you just at the same time, but in different places?
No, we weren't in South Africa together. That's just around the time when I came back and when
he was
about
going.
to go.
Okay.
That's when we met.
All right.
But yeah, K-Chaps.
Give me 2. Just You don't listen to so many people, like you said. You listen to your own music. It's okay.
K-chaps.
A recent K chaps.
Very recent
All right, that's fine. So, from from the Holy Ten's chair, what do you think we need to do as Zimbabwean hip hop to get to that place where I'm just going to use South Africa as an example, whereby there's a buy-in not just from artists and hip hop fans, but there's a buy-in from the whole engine, whereby the a corporate is coming through and saying, "Yo," and then there's that excitement around not just Holy Ten, but just hip hop in general, whereby everyone is saying, "Yo, this kid is nice," and everyone is investing in it. What's missing that you think we need to start doing?
Well, I think it's about telling the truth through hip hop,
Okay.
not telling hip hop through the truth. It's about what you're really trying to do. The message that you're really trying to put. Because, like I said, I'm always going to say this because they ask me about it everywhere. My dear sister Kiki, yes, we've had altercations before.
Okay.
And people always asking me why I then apologized.
Okay.
It's because I took hip hop for what it is in America.
Okay.
When I forgot about culture here in Zimbabwe. That kunokuti nodzidziswa mwanangu haurovi munhukadzi hautuki munhukadzi, and that's what my father told me. That's what my grandfather told me. That's the culture that we have here.
Yep.
Right? So while I 11, 12 years, when you do discover something that you like on the internet, you can't then decide to put it aside for culture and say my districts are part of hip hop.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Culture. It's about standing within what is native, what belongs to you, what you actually are.
Okay.
That's where we start. I don't even do anything fancy. I don't it's not like there's a ritual, there's a process that we sit down and we plan. I only tell the truth as it is.
Okay.
And then I go to Gokwe. And someone that I don't expect to acknowledge the message will say, "Kana muri imi munozoliteni, samangataura zvakachinja upenyu hwangu." I just say the truth as it is. Same thing that you could just decide to do right now. And they'll tell you. That's the formula. Just be who you are.
Be who you are.
Don't forget culture.
And speak the truth
Just
on
speak the truth.
the music. Your truth.
Why are you making up things you don't know? Just be you.
The first time, because you've mentioned it, the first time I heard of your name was because of that altercation. That was, I'm not so sure which year was it, but that was the first time I heard of your name. Never heard the music. Because I was like, okay, who?
What is going on?
I was like, okay, what? I think you were in college then?
I was.
Yeah.
I was.
And then I was like, okay. All right. I'm not trying to get into this, understand what's going on there. That's none of my business. They probably know each other from somewhere.
Maybe,
And then, because to me, I'm like, there's no way I don't know you. There's no I'm just going to come at you. That was my thinking. I was
Okay.
like, well,
Maybe just leave it as
I
it
was
is.
like, I'm not trying to feel nine. Yeah, so I didn't know that Dion then had a conversation and then hashed it all out, which is cool. So, so you are not about beef with nobody
I'm not about beef anymore.
anymore.
Yeah.
I was about to say, when did you have? Also, anymore now is that's now the new you. No beefs, no whatnots. What you think about competition?
Competition. Competition is healthy. It motivates.
Do you think there is enough competition right now?
In which industry?
In our industry, hip hop industry. I'm going to ask this because you don't listen to anyone else. You technically are concentrating on your music, but
Wait, I really want to correct this. It's not like I don't listen to anyone else.
yes, you
I
listen,
do.
but you're not really like
No, no, I'm my favorite artist.
Yes.
Because everyone likes Taylor Swift, right? So I'm my own Taylor Swift. So yeah, that's just what I'm saying.
Who do you think is competing with you?
Competing.
Is there a particular person that whereby if PD drops a track, you're going to be like, he's back again?
Mambo Tutere. I'm against Mambo Tutere. I'm always trying to compete with Mambo Tutere every time. I love that guy.
Yeah.
I really respect Mambo Tutere. And he's given me a lot of positive comments.
Really?
So I'm always just watching him.
Okay.
Mambo Tutere is just about to drop.
He's about to drop.
That's my competition.
So when he drops something, you're like, wait,
I'm like, oh,
I need to
okay.
top that.
Okay. Because, I'm walking around the streets, right? And you know those guys that have speakers and everything.
Yeah.
And sometimes Rukuro. But you see voices like me and Mambo Duzeres, you can hear it from a distance. And then you can hear how we answer in Mambo Duzere ndo arumbo pisa.
How many places have you gone that you never been to? Okay, before. Like places that you really go to. And then you go to a spot and then you hear your tracks.
Well, Chicken Inn.
Oh wow. And did the attendant know that that's you? Before you said hello?
Probably. You know how it is when you see your favorite artist and you're like, okay, let me just play. But I'm honored, bro. I've been to Chicken Inn. I've been to places where my friends wanted to make it look like my song was being randomly played. What do you say now to Mundi? I don't know.
The manager.
It's still an honor.
Play this guy's record. He's in the building.
Yeah, it's still an honor. I've been even the someone in Chitungiza Fambani speaker like to me, you're not just playing it. There's something, so I'm honored at every level.
You're invested in exactly what this guy is doing. Listen, personally, can't wait for the album. I need to hear exactly what's going on because, like I mentioned, Mwananda Kubirai is my favorite, and then I have my views about the others, but I like the Bozangu. Bozangu, is it the one that you say Getirna Vanchoga?
That's Ketoredu.
Oh, yeah, those three. Those are my top three tracks of yours. And then the others, they can choose each other, the ranking there, which one comes first. But those three, I can play those joints all the time. Now that the album is coming, personally, I'm like, okay, wait, listen. Now, Friday, let it come. Let's stream that thing. Let's play it and see exactly what it's going to do. Because people are going to say stuff.
People are always going to say stuff, bro. Yeah, can't wait. I really can't wait to hear what they say.
Where do you think it's going to stack? Okay, you have listened to local albums, yeah? Which, from the ones that you listened to, which were your favorites, how do you think it's going to stack?
The greatest album that I feel like has been produced in Zimbabwe is Gombwe. That was beautiful. Masterpiece.
So yours comes next to that, either up or down?
It comes number 2.
Okay.
It comes number 2.
Gombwe first?
Yes. And then 10. Sitting comfortably. Sitting comfortably. Very comfortably.
Very comfortably.
Very comfortably with my role model.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's your role model?
Because I have used as much inspiration. Some of the things that have made me last this long are principles and philosophies that I've gotten from that man.
Okay.
Simple.
And you are now using them for you, and then passing them on down to the others, to the next generation.
Whoever is willing to
partake,
receive, fine. But Wingiti has been very instrumental in the development of this character that I hold.
Okay.
And it's this character that gives me the ability to tell you that on Friday I'm launching a very successful album.
Please tell the listeners about this album.
This album is called Risky Life.
Yes.
It's a highlight. It's a story. It's a memory, and it's a collection of songs that I have sat down to write under different circumstances. There've been times where I've been sad. There's been times where I've been happy. There's been times where I've been unsure. There's been times when I've been paranoid. And in all those times, I was very sure to observe and document everything. everything has been turned into a song. So yes, ebook, and we're now
Risky Life.
the risky life.
One song that you are comfortable in unpacking of Risky Life. One, because there are enough songs. I'm not going to ask you to let the cat out the bag. But that one song that you are comfortable in saying, yo, listen, I'm going to unpack this song. This might be the one that you, when you press play, please look for that song. Of course, listen to everything else, but that one,
Wakatuga Amai.
Wakatuga Amai.
Yes.
What's that about?
This one is basically about the boy child that felt so macho and so manly enough to be the one that tells the mother,
I'm not dead.
yes. But he's also the most hardworking and the most grinding person on the street.
Okay.
So it's just me basically reminding him that all your efforts will go in vain if you don't iron out such problems.
There's the documentary.
Yes.
Yes. I saw a clip, or is it or are there a couple of them? But I saw a clip, and then you were in studio talking about kuoda umbare or something like that. And then the guy who was in the studio was then asking you, what do you know about that life? And then you were trying to tell him like, yo, I know this life. But to him, it seemed like he was saying, nah, son, that's not where you're coming from. Is that something that you have met with other people, with the stories that you tell, that look at you and say, nah, you didn't live that life, and then you have to try and say, yo, listen, I've been there, because you know how it is, whereby there are some people who won't believe that you've been in a certain space, and then because they look at you in a different light, be like, nah, what does he know about because that, if I'm not mistaken, it was literally like,
Yeah, he was like, no.
it was like, nah, you don't know this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, how that life is something that you experience and everything else. Are there other things that you say that I've told this story before of the songs that are out already, not on the album, that are out already, that when they dropped, people were like, are you painting someone else's picture? How do you know this thing? Because they don't think that you lived a certain life.
Well, I always tell my friends and everyone that I meet, salad. That's the first thing.
Okay.
Don't get you to class.
Okay.
Yes. I represent the ghetto youths that are saying, oh, they're abo. That's the
No,
reason why I said ndara pandare merwa. Pakuda kufam pinda town jiradzo wageza. Right? You don't have to make your struggle loud.
Okay.
Things like that. But even we've been from the trenches, bro. I actually have a song that's called Deep Down Zaka. It's not on the album, but it's there.
Okay.
It talks about how everyone here has problems. And everyone here has been from the trenches, from whatever trenches, right? So, but it's not supposed to show when I come here to ZiFM and everyone sees with 10 song is real. You won't even have to ask me. You see, even if you had the question on your interview pad, what I might, bro, academic one. It's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
You know. So
no, but it's because the thing is, most of the international music that we consume, they tell us about things that they've gone through. You know what I mean? Nas will put out an album today and still talking about Queen, but we all know he's not staying there anymore. But he still touches those people, which is what I'm getting from you. That you know what? Yes, the ghetto youth, but like I said before, and that window could topic or
and then I pull you up.
yeah, and
Yeah, and I motivate you to come up.
and now to Kwakamira say
Exactly.
And then those who wanna go, let's go.
Let's go. Let's
But
get
then
it.
again, not everyone can go.
Let's get it.
I can come with you, but it might not last